The Mariana Trench is the deepest natural trench on Earth, located in the western Pacific Ocean, about 200 kilometers east of the Mariana Islands. Its maximum known depth is 10,984 meters, though some measurements suggest it could reach 11,034 meters. That is unimaginably deep. So deep that if Mount Everest were placed inside, its peak would still be submerged nearly 2 kilometers below the surface. Because of this extreme depth, hardly any light reaches the bottom, and the pressure is almost beyond comprehension. At the very floor of the trench, the water exerts around 1,086 bars of pressure. That's more than 1,000 times the normal atmospheric pressure at sea level. To put that into perspective, it's like having an African elephant standing on your big toe. Yet despite such hostile conditions, life still manages to survive. One fascinating example is xenophyophores, giant single-celled organisms first discovered in 1883 by Henry Bowman Brady. These creatures live on the ocean floor and build protective shells from minerals around them. Scientists from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography even found them at record depths of 10.6 kilometers below the sea surface. Microbial life is also abundant here, thriving in ways we can barely imagine. In fact, around 80% of life on Earth exists in the deep ocean, often feeding on the remains of whales and sharks that sink into the abyss. Larger animals have also been observed. During a descent in the 1960s, explorer Jacques Piccard reported seeing flatfish and shrimp at the bottom. Although some scientists believe what he saw may have been sea cucumbers, the discovery was still astonishing. In 2014, researchers also discovered a new species of snailfish living at 8,145 meters deep, along with enormous crustaceans. This growth is possible due to a phenomenon known as deep-sea gigantism. Clearly, the trench may be home to countless undiscovered species. However, the Mariana Trench also shows the impact of humanity. During Victor Vescovo's record-breaking dive in 2014, he reported finding a plastic bag and candy wrappers at the deepest point. Studies have shown that amphipods, tiny crustaceans, ingest microplastics, with every single specimen tested containing at least one piece of synthetic material. Even radioactive carbon-14, left over from nuclear weapons testing, has been detected in trench-dwelling animals. Contrary to popular belief, the Mariana Trench is not the point on Earth's crust closest to the planet's core. This is because Earth is not a perfect sphere, but an oblate spheroid. Still, tectonic plate subduction occurs at the trench, where one plate slides beneath another. Some scientists once proposed dumping nuclear waste here, thinking it might eventually sink into the mantle. But international law prohibits such dumping, and thankfully so. Subduction zones are prone to massive megathrust earthquakes, making them some of the most unstable regions on Earth. Ultimately, the trench remains one of the least explored places on our planet. If we could somehow drain it, we might uncover a treasure trove of unknown species and geological mysteries, but doing so would also destroy its delicate ecosystem, kill countless unique organisms, and potentially trigger catastrophic earthquakes by disturbing the balance of pressure. So perhaps it's best that the Mariana Trench remains hidden in the deep. Still, the question lingers: what would really happen if we drained the Mariana Trench? And what secrets might it still be hiding?